Finally, time for a normie topic. So, Aaron Rodgers here, okay? I like to keep tabs on, everything that I used to like before it got too woke and I just told it to go fuck itself. And this is one of those things that just seems very obvious to me the first time that I came across this, okay? Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to return to Green Bay Packers, sources say. Mostly I'm using some of my deductive reasoning from all of the stuff that I cover throughout the entire day, okay? We got anonymous sources say Aaron Rodgers doesn't like X. He's heading into a contract year. He's going to be wanting a pay increase. It's not this year, next year, I do believe. So the idea that he's coming off the back of one of his most productive seasons. The team around him isn't getting a hell of a lot better, but the Green Bay Packers also don't have a hell of a lot of money anyways. And he's looking around the league and maybe can assess that everybody else is getting better. But at the same time, he's in a relatively easy division. Okay, remember the NFC North. You got the Green Bay Packers. You got the Minnesota Vikings, who are just going to continue to be the Vikings for the rest of the time. You got the Chicago Bears that are there, who are, I don't know, they have an identity crisis, and they have for fucking decades at this point. And then you have the Detroit Lions. Don't fucking make me laugh. I don't think the offensive tackle that they just drafted is really going to make that big of a difference, especially when you have Jeff Goff now fucking slinging balls. That dude is just a modern-day Joey Harrington if I've ever seen one. So no, he should probably look around in his division. And I seen this, and I just see this as a total power play, okay? I think that this is totally nothing. He's just angling for more money and more influence. He wants to become the Peyton Manning of the Green Bay Packers. What do I mean by that? The guy who all the personnel decision gets run through, okay? Wanting to have his offense set up at the cost of the defense and the long-term health of the organization in order to make himself look good, in order for himself to end up being one of the greatest of all time. If he's not there already, okay? Exactly what happened with Brett Favre at the end of his career when he wanted premier players around him at the absolute expense of everybody else, including Aaron Rodgers. So it's funny how history tends to repeat itself, but this is from April 29th, so here's basically all of the background information. And then we're going to go through all of the points where I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that this dude is just angling for stuff. Anyways, reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with the Green Bay Packers that he has told some within the organization that he does not want to return to the team. League and team sources told ESPN on Thursday, who have told ESPN what they want to hear. So, whatever. Cite your sources, fuckers. The Packers are aware of his feelings, concerns about them, and have had team president Mark Murphy, general manager Brian Gutekunst, great name, and head coach Matt LaFleur each fly out on separate trips to meet with baby boy Rodgers and at various points this offseason. Also, we've stated since the season ended, we are committed to Aaron Rodgers in 2021 and beyond. Gutenkunst told ESPN, Aaron has been a vital part of our success. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. Hasn't sniffed one since. Good for him. Just like Brett Favre. Actually, no, Brett Favre made it to another Super Bowl. Ended up getting skunked by John Elway, but, it sucks to suck, I suppose. Rodgers, 37. Another reason why I'm thinking, just fucking ride it out, okay? There's only one Tom Brady. You ain't it, Chief. Taking too many big hits. Has not budged this offseason, but neither have the Packers, who have made it known they are not interested in trading Rodgers anywhere. The San Francisco 49ers checked in with the Packers, a team who he probably should have been drafted by in 2004, 2005, whatever year Alex Smith went number one, okay? Another kid from Cali who apparently was enamored with Rodgers at the time of the draft, but ended up sliding down to the Packers. You guys all know the story, but it bears repeating, of course. But General Manager John Lynch said Thursday that the call didn't go anywhere, and he was quickly rebuffed. Exactly. Another reason I think that this is complete and total hokum. And another big story coming out of this is, he can't stand Brian Gutekunst. And then this line kind of tells you a lot as well. The Packers have offered to extend Rodgers' contract, sources told ESPN. I'd expect something to be coming out. If not, by the time that training camp gets started, maybe he'll drag it out. Maybe he'll just be a bitch, try to put up a bunch of big numbers, and then just sign for a big number at the end of the year in order to ride out his legacy as a Packer. Like I said, I don't think that there's anything here, but it's the talk of the sports world right now. Rodgers is unhappy for a variety of reasons, with some of it dating back to last year's draft. Ooh, he wants input on personnel decisions. Weird. When the Packers didn't inform him before trading up to draft a quarterback at their first-round pick, a la Brett Favre. Some took this as a sign his days in Green Bay could be numbered, or they just want to groom somebody, and they might have upset Baby Boy. But at the same time, he's also expressing that he has options, because something else that you got to remember is he had a hosting gig on Jeopardy, okay? And a bunch of slightly overweight housewives drinking their boxed wine decided that, that bearded Ellen DeGeneres sure looks non-threatening, and he did a great job guest hosting Jeopardy, and this is a great way to raise his public persona, his name recognition, because people who keep tabs on the NFL know the name Aaron Rodgers. It's very prominent, okay? But where does he get most of his name exposure? Well, when he's on with Ellen, when he's doing the shit like this, that's how you raise your marketability. That's how you drive more money into your contract, obviously. And then, okay, what do the normies have to say? I think that this is a repost from USA Today, so... If you ever wondered what it might be like for a very chill, very friendly bro to host the game show, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers is for you. Get your zucchinis ready, ladies. The former Super Bowl champion and perhaps more importantly, one-time Celebrity Jeopardy champion brought an extremely relaxed and genial presence to the series' guesting host debut, happily noting that he had never heard of an answer and easily cracking jokes in the middle of reading clues. Oh, how adorable and relatable. Occasionally, his approach was a little too casual, and at least one football fan contestant was certainly very chummy with him, but overall, he was a soothing presence. I couldn't imagine living my life like that. It'd make me want to fucking blow my brains out. But let's just say, okay, because this is one of the things that, I guess, leaked, sort of. So, okay, if all of this stuff ends up being true and Aaron Rodgers is going to get traded, one of the trade destinations that is apparently leaked out there from sources is the Washington football team, who I've, got to go ahead and give props to, because Dan Snyder finally, after years and years of getting pressured, his board of directors or whatever all cucked out and decided, oh no, we have to get rid of that very racist Redskins term, because somebody kneeled on the neck of a chronic drug user and overdosed in the streets and then got convicted of several murder charges a couple months later. Therefore, that's racism, and we need to have that addressed by changing our team name. Reasons. People are stupid. And then what did Snyder do? Instead of, changing it to, we could name them Warhawks, and a bunch of Twitter activists had all of their different fucking names out there. We could call them Razorbacks. Not addressing the fact that Arkansas Razorbacks, that's where that name is most popular, is a type of wild boar. Razorback is a type of wild boar that is very prominent in Arkansas. It wouldn't make any sense in fucking Washington. Oh, but it sounds good, and you're just replace R with R. But no, Dan Snyder's like, nah, we'll just do this placeholder thing, and then idiots will just buy up all of our stuff because they need to replace it with all of their old racist Redskins memorabilia. That's exactly what happened. And then eventually when they flip their name again, guess what? He's just going to be making more money, and then people will just continue to point and yell, oh, he's such a bad owner. No, the motherfucker makes money, so sucks to suck, I guess. Aaron Rodgers trade to Washington, an instant Super Bowl? No, because he wouldn't find himself in any better of a situation. Like I rattled off all of the teams in the NFC East, the NFC North. Let's say he goes to the NFC East. Let's say he goes to the Washington football team. Okay, what's he going to face there? New York Giants, who are going to be on the rebound, and then by the tail end of that next contract or at the end of his stint there are probably going to be a really decent resurgent team, okay? Because right now they're building around Saquon Barkley. They got another new kid playing quarterback for him, Daniel Jones, who's pretty decent. They're going to have a good team in a couple of years. Right now, they could steamroll them, so they'd be essentially what you have with the Chicago Bears right now. Not going to be good this year. Could be pretty decent in the next couple of years, next coming years. Okay? And then, of course, you also got the Philadelphia Eagles, who identity crisis number 2, of course, they just shipped off their former sterling quarterback, Carson Wentz. Now they're going to be going with Jalen Hurts, potentially, maybe. I don't know. Maybe just call back Nick Foles, who's like the greatest quarterback in Philadelphia history. he can go to every other team and sucks a dick, but whatever. Another team with just a middling defense and not too many prospects on the offensive line as of right now. Or the offensive side, sorry. The offensive line is fine. You'd be getting the exact same thing out of playing the Detroit Lions twice a year. And then at the same time, you'd actually have a really decent team to play twice a year. You'd have to go up against the Dallas Cowboys, who are going to be better because Dak Prescott's going to be healthy. And that fucking team is going to be a very, very good. There's not going to be another 7-9 champion team coming out of there. So it doesn't make any sense. What? The weather's going to be slightly nicer towards the end of the season in Washington as opposed to Green Bay? Okay, but is that a reason to fucking blow up your legacy and become a martyr in Green Bay? I don't think so. So once again, I think that this is complete and total horse shit, but don't just take my word for it. Terry Bradshaw weighs in, and you gotta love the guy who doesn't get nearly enough credit for the success of the 70s Steelers, something I mentioned in my underrated championship series from a long time ago. Some of you people might be hanging out from that Raiders retrospective, the 76 championship team, where I gave props to Terry Bradshaw because I think that he gets unfairly underrepresented in the success of that team. He had a fucking great arm. He had wonderful instincts. He could read the field, especially when he was going up against killer teams week after week in the AFC. And he's a fucking winner. 4-time championship winner, only eclipsed by Tom Brady. Like, come on. Terry Bradshaw knows a thing or two about fucking sitting back in the pocket. And when he says that Rodgers is just whining to shows how weak he is, you got to perk an ear to this one. Add former NFL quarterback and Super Bowl champion Terry Bradshaw to the list of people wondering what is packed inside Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers' head at the moment. With him being that upset shows me how weak he is, Bradshaw said during his appearance on the WFAN's Moose and Maggie show. That show sounds like they play 2 for Tuesday and have a 5 o'clock work whistle. I don't like it. Who the hell cares who you draft? I mean, he's a 3-time MVP in the league, and he's worried about a guy who was drafted last year at number 1. Oh, with their number 1 draft pick. Yeah, exactly. Be secure in who you are, okay? Understand also your limitations. You're 37 years old, okay? Time waits for no man, and your team's not going to fold after you fucking retire. So stop letting bitches take your ear. That somebody was quarterback Jordan Love, who served as Rodgers' backup last season. Love has yet to play an NFL down, and it's likely to stay that way. But the rumor that Rodgers wants out of Green Bay fast because the Packers have Love on the roster ready and waiting should Rodgers, fail. Not likely, but whatever. The word on the street now is the only way Rodgers will play again for the Packers is if General Manager Brian Gutekunst is fired. Gutenkunst? I don't care. And for Rodgers to be upset, I don't understand that, Bradshaw said. Pittsburgh drafted Mark Malone number 1, Cliff Stout in the 3rd or 4th round. I had them coming at me from all angles. Yeah, imagine that. Iron sharpens iron, okay? Jordan Love, pretty decent quarterback from what I can remember of his college career. And at the same time, okay, you remember there was this guy in the 80s. He played for a team that had a red jersey and, he was his teammate. Yeah. They brought in this other quarterback and then they ended up going to a couple more Super Bowls, winning 1 or 2 after Steve Young showed up to pressure Joe Montana to become a better player. Or to at least squeeze out what was left of his time for the 49ers. But no, you can go be the fucking permanent host for Jeopardy if you want. Well, let's finish what Terry had to say. I embraced it because we went to practice. I wasn't worried about those guys, it didn't scare me a bit. So I didn't understand why he was so upset at Green Bay. And if they were to fire the general manager, he'll come back. Are you kidding me? Really, Aaron? That's where this is. Bradshaw said if he were in charge of the Packers, Rodgers wouldn't be going anywhere except maybe to the bench. Here's what I'd do, Bradshaw said. I wouldn't budge. Let him gripe. Let him cry. Retire. You're 38. Go ahead and retire. See you later, man. I mean, I'm really strong about stuff like that, and it makes him look weak. In my way of looking at it, it makes him look weak. I love it. That's exactly the strategy that you should be taking. Listen, you're a 3-time MVP. The starting job's there for you. Nobody's coming to take it, okay? This is your team. We built it for you to succeed. If you're just going to bitch and moan about it, fine, we'll put in the kid and we'll see if he's better than you because you don't have a lot of options, okay? We have this thing called a contract that you signed. Go ahead, Sit it out. You'll be 38 when this is all said and done. You might be able to sit on a super team for in the next year once your contract's up. That's totally fine. Go ahead and do that. But this is a power play to get more money, and he's just going to come around very, very shortly. But at the same time, I could be totally off on this one. Maybe he is just being a big old bitch, and Terry has this pegged completely right. That's how you treat him going forward. Enough with these kid gloves with these fucking pro athletes who have nothing between their ears, and they rarely ever say anything salient. Stop treating millionaires like grade school kids. So yeah, he's going to retire a Packer. Fucking newsflash. This is just something that he's doing in order to buy his new girlfriend something just a little bit nicer than what she has right now. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I'm Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.